there's already a lot of confusion online right now. One person will say, YouTube just kills small creators. Yes, with what I've been saying online. Another person will come and tell you that YouTube is doubling monetization. Someone else will say, everybody needs 8,000 watch hour now. Then another person will come and tell you, you cannot make money on YouTube anymore. Please, 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 just take a deep breath. Yes, let's separate the facts from the fear. YouTube announced changes to its partner program in August 2026, starting February 1st, 2027. New creators seeking ad and YouTube premium revenue sharing will need 1,000 subscribers plus 8,000 qualified watch hour in the previous 365 days, or 20 million qualified short views in the previous 90 days. The current full ad revenue threshold is 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 valid public watch hour in the previous 12 months. Yes, or 10 million valid public short views in the previous 90 days, which is 3 months. So yes, the performance threshold is doubling for new applicants. But there is an important details. Do not confuse the different level of YouTube partner program. YouTube already has an expanded YPP level that can give eligible creator earlier access to features such as fan funding and selected shopping feature at lower threshold, depending on country and eligibility. So when someone says you need 8,000 watch hour before you can make any money from YouTube, that statement is too simple. The actual system is more complicated. The big change we are discussing is the threshold for ad and YouTube premium revenue sharing for new applicants. I want you to imagine something with me. You have been building a YouTube channel for 8 months. 8 months, yes, you heard me right. You have been posting every single week, sometimes twice a week. You are recording with your phone. Your phone might be sitting on top of 3 books stacked together because you still have not bought a tripod. You are recording in your bedroom because you do not even have a studio. The lighting is not perfect. The background is not even near perfect. Is it the microphone? Not perfect either. But you decided to keep going. Sometimes you wait until everyone in the house is asleep before you do your recording. When the children are finally quiet, or when television is off, and you think, okay, this is my time. Then you sit down, you press record, and suddenly you forget everything you wanted to say. So you start again, start again and again. Eventually, you got the video right to your taste. Then comes the editing part of it. You know, editing takes much longer than recording. You watch the same part again and again. You remove a sentence, you put it back, you change the music, you change the text, you adjust the thumbnail. Then, when you are almost finished, your editing app goes freeze. You look at the screen, you just breathe, and you will say, God, I beg you, please. But you do not quit. You still went ahead to export the video. You uploaded it. Then you wait. The next thing you saw is 23 views, 37 views, 42 views. And somehow you are excited because these 42 people choose to watch something you created. Then slowly things begin to change. You have 10 subscribers, 20, 50, 100, 300, yeah, 400. And one morning, you woke up and see the message you have been waiting for. Congratulations, your channel meets the requirements for monetization. Can you imagine that feeling? Just think about it. You know, it's you might even cry. I did when it was my time because nobody sees what happened behind that notification. People only see the 1,000 subscribers. They do not see the 90 almost gave up. They do not see the videos that got just only 17 views. They do not see you recording the same introduction 5 times. They do not see you spending money on internet data to upload the video that made you absolutely nothing. They do not see you questioning yourself. They did not see you watching another creator's channel and thinking, when will it finally be my turn? And then you made it. You reach the finish line. You think, finally, now I can start earning. But imagine close to the finish line, and suddenly discovering that the finish line is moving. YouTube has announced a major change in its partner program starting February 1st, 2027. New creators seeking ad and YouTube premium revenue sharing will need 1,000 subscribers plus either 8,000 qualified watch hour in the previous 365 or 20 million qualified short view in the previous 90 days. The current threshold are 4,000 qualified public watch hour or 10 million valid public shots. So yes, for new applicants, the numbers are going up. And if you are a small creator right now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, what does this mean for me? You could have 300 subscribers. You could even have 700 subscribers. You may be sitting at, let's say, 950 and praying for those final 50. You may already have 1,000, 1,000 watch hour. Perhaps you are thinking, I am almost there. That is exactly why I made this video. Not to scare you, not to even make you quit, and certainly not to tell you that YouTube is impossible. No, I want you to understand what is happening before you wake up one morning and realize you're walking towards a goal without understanding the new rules. And I want you to understand something very, very important. This is not a video telling you to panic, yes, but rather, this is a video of me telling you to wake up right now, because when you understand a change early, you can change your strategy. You still have time now. You still have videos to make. You still have an audience to build, and you still have opportunity to make money outside YouTube. So if you're building your channel, let's say from Lagos, Abuja, Accra, Nairobi, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, UK, US, London, wherever you're building from, maybe in the New York or anywhere else in the world, just stay with me in this video because we are going to talk about what changed and why it matters, what it means for small creators, and most importantly, what you should do right now. Now, let's hop into this video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Amara Official, and in this channel, we talk about how to make money online. Let me tell you about a girl called Amara. Amara is a person, and I want to say she's a combination of story from women who are trying to build something online. But there's a good chance you will recognize yourself somewhere in her story. Yes, Amara is 29. She lives in Lagos. She works in customer service at a bank. She works 6 days a week. By the time she gets home, she's exhausted. You know that kind of tired. Not, I really need a short nap. I mean the kind of tired where somebody asks you one more question and you just want to disappear. That kind of tiredness. But Amara has a dream. She wants another source of income. She does not hate a job, yes. She simply knows she does not want to depend on one salary for the rest of her life. So every night, she watches YouTube, finance videos on YouTube, business videos, side hustle videos, investment videos, videos about women making money online. And every night, she tells herself, one day, I will definitely start my own channel. That is the statement Amara always speak to herself. Then January 2026 arrived and something changed. Amara looked at her phone. She looked at her bank account. She looked at her life. Yes. She said to herself, she said, you know what? I am tired of saying one day. I am starting today, right now. So she opened a YouTube channel, and her first video was nothing fancy. No expensive camera, no studio, no professional microphone, just the phone that she has. She sat on her bed, she looked into the camera, what I am doing right now, and she started talking. She talked about money. Yes, she talked about mistakes she had made in her life. She talked about trying to save why prices kept increasing. She also talked about earning in Naira and watching the value of her money changed. She was nervous. She probably said more times than she can remember, but she uploaded the video. Then she waited. 20 views, 50 views, then 100. Eventually, the video reached around 200 views. Her mother watched it 11 times. Why? Because mothers, think like that. Her mother did not understand YouTube analytics. She did not even understand audience retention. She did not care about the city arrow. She did not even know what a thumbnail was. She simply wanted to support her daughter. So she watched again and again. And Amara just smiled because nobody was watching. That was enough. Then she made another video, then another video, then another video. At first, she copied what other creators were doing. 5 ways to save money, 7 side hustles you can start, 10 things you need to stop buying. The videos were okay, but something was missing. Yes. Then she decided to try something different. She started telling a story. She talked about the month she almost ran out of money before her salary arrived. She talked about data cost, the money she spends in buying data. She also talked about rent. She talked about her financial pressure. She talked about watching other people seem to move ahead while she felt stuck. She talked about things she was embarrassed to admit. And something then happened. People started responding to Amara. Comment appears. One woman wrote to her, said, "Girl, you are describing my life." Another also dropped a comment and said, "I thought I was the only one." Another wrote, "Please make another video about this." And Amara realized something. People were not watching her only because she had information, but rather they were watching her because they felt they understand. And that is very powerful. Sometimes the audience does not need another expert standing in front of a camera telling them what to do. Sometimes they need someone who will say to them, "I am figuring this out too. I am into this. Just come with me." By the month of June, Amara had a rhyme, 2 videos every week. She was getting better. Her thumbnails improved. Her titles improved. Her confidence improved. Yes, because they say practice make perfect. She learned editing, she learned storytelling, she learned how to speak to the camera. Then September came and she reached 1,000 subscribers. Oh, 1,000 subscribers. And she celebrated. She called her mother. She told everyone, her best friend. She opened YouTube studio again and again because she still could not believe the number. But there was another number she needed, the watch hour. Yes. Under the current full YPP ad revenue threshold, she needed 4,000 qualifying public watch hour, and she had just 2,600. So she did the math. She looked at her average monthly growth. She calculated how many hours she could gain, and she thought, yes, I can do this. She expected to cross 4,000 around January 2027. She had already imagined what February would look like because February 2027, monetization will finally, she will wake up, open YouTube Studio, and see the notification and think, okay, this is becoming a reality and a real business. Then she heard about the new announcement. Wow. And suddenly, 8,000 watch hour. She was confused because the target she had planned around was changing. The 4,000 watch hour requirement will become 8,000 hours for new applicants seeking ad and premium revenue sharing after February 1st, 2027. The short route will move from 10 million to 20 million qualified views. Amara sat down. She looked at her number again and again, and her first thought was, what is happening? What's the point? Have you ever felt that as a small creator? You have worked so hard, you finally feel very close to monetization. Then something suddenly changes. Perhaps it is not YouTube. It could be your job, yes. It could even be your rent. It could be the economy. It could be the exchange rate. It could be anything in your life that you're going through now. It could even be a business plan that suddenly becomes more expensive. And you think, why do I even start? But Amara did something very important. She did not make a decision while she was emotional. She stopped, she breathed. Yes. Then she looked at the number again and again. That is what I really want you to do right now. Just do that too. Do not panic. Look at the numbers again. Look at your situation. Then make a decision. Because the change does not mean the dream is over. It means your strategy needs to become smarter. You just have to do things differently. Now, let me talk about the actual change And please, I want you to listen carefully. There's already a lot of confusion online right now. One person will say, YouTube just kills small creators. Yes, with what I've been saying online. Another person will come and tell you that YouTube is doubling monetization. Someone else will say, everybody needs 8,000 watch hour now. Then another person will come and tell you, you cannot make money on YouTube anymore. Please, 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 just take a deep breath. Yes, let's separate the facts from the fear. YouTube announced changes to its partner program in August 2026, starting February 1st, 2027. New creators seeking ad and YouTube premium revenue sharing will need 1,000 subscribers plus 8,000 qualified watch hour in the previous 365 days, or 20 million qualified short views in the previous 90 days. The current full ad revenue threshold is 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 valid public watch hour in the previous 12 months. Yes, or 10 million valid public short views in the previous 90 days, which is 3 months. So yes, the performance threshold is doubling for new applicants. But there is an important details. Do not confuse the different level of YouTube partner program. YouTube already has an expanded YPP level that can give eligible creator earlier access to features such as fan funding and selected shopping feature at lower threshold, depending on country and eligibility. So when someone says you need 8,000 watch hour before you can make any money from YouTube, that statement is too simple. The actual system is more complicated. The big change we are discussing is the threshold for ad and YouTube premium revenue sharing for new applicants. That distinction matters. Now let's talk about short. The current short route is about 10 million valid public short views in 19 days, which is 3 months. Under the announced 2027 threshold, that becomes 20 million qualified short views. 20 million, girl. 20 million is not a small number at all. And that is why I do not want you thinking I will just do short because they are easier. No, short can be easier to produce, but getting tens of millions of qualified view is not easy. You can make one viral short, but can you keep getting those numbers? That's a question for you. And that is a completely different question. Imagine you make a short, it gets 400 views, you make another short, it gets 1,200 views, and then suddenly one gets 80,000 views. You are excited, right? You think, I'm very close. I have figured it out. Then the next one will get like 300 views. That do happen, and it's happening. Shorts are very unpredictable, and that is why I want you to think about shorts differently. Do not only ask, how many views did this short get? Ask this very important question. Did this short bring the right people to my channel? Did they subscribe? Did they watch another video? Did they even comment? Did they come back? Did they come back to watch more? Did they become part of my audience? Because a viral video is exciting, yes, for sure. But a loyal viewer is more valuable than a viral video viewer. Now, there's another thing creators need to understand. YouTube wants active creators for sure. The platform has announced activity-related changes and has emphasized continued activity for creators in the partner program. That tells you something, right? YouTube does not want channels that get monetized and disappears. No. So do not think of monetization as the finish line. Just think of it as the beginning. Yes. That is one of the biggest mindset changes I want you to make. Don't just think as far as I am monetized, then I am good to go. Do not build your channel only to get monetized. Build a channel people actually want to watch. Because 1,000 subscribers who never watch your content do not create the same business value as 1,000 people who genuinely care about what you do. And that is where your focus needs to be, not only on the monetization.